What's going on, family? Grace and peace to you. It's your boy Javon. I'm back with week 2 in tech sales, man. Sheesh. Last week, definitely want to acknowledge that, man. Shout out to all of you guys. I believe we are at 2,000 views right now on my first week in tech. And listen, the comments that have been coming through, the LinkedIn messages that have been coming through, people are getting connected with me, asking questions. Guys, that's what you want to do, right? You want to be the individual that's like, man, you know what? I see somebody talking about where it is that I want to go. Let me go ask some questions, right? Because if you want to be a BDR, SDR, or even account executive, right? You want to be that individual that says, yo, I'm not scared to reach out. I'm not scared to talk to people. So here's the first tip before we even get into the whole video, right? In order for you to get the job, do the job. Right? In order for you to get the job, do the job. Now, I'm going to talk about this on another video when I start talking about interviewing, right? How to really break in, how to reach out to VP of sales and recruiting managers, BDRs, SDRs that are within the company that you want to work for. All that type of stuff I'm going to talk about when it comes to the interviewing process. But I just wanted to acknowledge that one tip that you guys can take away. If you want the job, do the job. Now, family, listen. I don't know if you see this in the opposite way, right? I hope it's not facing that way or something, but if it is what it is, right? Follow my voice and listen to what it is that I'm talking about. But I want to talk about my second week in tech sales. Guys, let me tell you something. If you are trying to get into this industry, not trying, you are getting in this industry, right? The term or the saying, I would say, that people use that are onboarding, right, is you're going to be drinking from a fire hose, right? So I want you to picture a fire hose right here, and it's like you're trying to drink water out of it. What does that actually mean? Because you're going to hear it, right? Once you guys break in, you're going to hear this term. And with this term is basically saying you're going to be drinking or consuming so much information within your first month or even 2 months, depending on the company and how they onboard, right? You're going to be getting hit with so much information. But not only the information, you're going to be getting hit with so many tasks, and then you got to get on meetings, and then you got to do culture stuff, and then you still got to do lessons, and then you still got to do so much other stuff. But guess what? You can do it, right? You can do it. This is what you signed up to. Like, God didn't put you here just so you could quit, right? If he opened the door for you to break into a tech company, guess what? That means that there's a reason why you need to be there. So the time that you're drinking from the fire hose, you got to consume all this information. I don't want you to quit. I want you to consume all of it, right? Consume all of it. Even if you're crazy, like me, take off some weekends, man. I feel like a lot of people, when they want that life change, they want to do it in their comfort zone, right? Here's the thing, family. What you want, the change that you want, it's not going to be off of your own comfort. Like, you're not going to get it being comfortable. And that's probably why you haven't gotten blessed yet. You probably haven't gotten blessed because you're trying to break into something in your comfort zone. But you have to get uncomfortable in order to see. I ain't even going to get into it, right? But back to the week 2 in tech sales, guys. Let me tell you something. This week was better than the first, right? I would definitely say that this week was better than the first. I appreciated it. I loved it simply because previous history, right, from week 1, a lot of what I was basically consuming, it started to manifest a little bit in week 2, right? And what do I mean by that? Product knowledge, right? I want to start right here, right? Because week 2 is back to the product knowledge, right? Or product training, right? You're going to have a lot of product training that you have to go through. But I don't want you to get discouraged about that. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed about that. The product training that you're going through, the product knowledge, right? This product knowledge is preparing you to be a beast on the phones. It's preparing you to face every objection. It's preparing you. The product training, right? This product training is preparing you so that when you're on the phones and a customer says, well, okay, so you said that this is that. Can you expound a little bit on this? Because we do have a competitor that we're using, You have to be prepared. Not saying you have to be perfect, but you do have to be prepared with your product knowledge. So week 2 for me was getting more information on the product knowledge of, the products that my company have. Now, when you go to your tech company, They're going to have software. They're going to have services. They're going to have products that you have to learn, but you got to be prepared for that, right? So with that being said, right, the next thing, week 2, right, we covered elevator pitches and product pitches. Guys, I know you're trying to break in. I know you're trying to, get to the level of breaking into tech, making sure your resume is good, making sure all of that is good. But let me tell you something. Get good at elevator pitches, right? Get good at presenting. You see what I'm doing now? You can do this too. Get a camera, right? And just do literally a 60-second elevator pitch of who you are, where you're going, and why somebody should hire you. Do that every single day. I promise you, family, you develop the elevator pitch, right? You're going to kill any product. Any company will be crazy not to hire you, right? Because once you start developing this skill of elevator pitches, right? Once you get the elevator pitch down, you can pitch any product. You can pitch any product. So take 60 seconds, talk about something that, let's say this, right? Because this is what I was learning on my elevator pitches and my product pitches, because this is what you guys are going to learn as well, right? You have to understand the problem of that industry, right? You have to let them know in the pitch who you are, what the company is, right? And how you can be a solution to their problem, right? That is all that you have to do. And you want to be getting straight to the point. You don't want a long drawn out situation, right? But you want to get straight to the point, right? You want to make it short, and you want to be clear and make sure your tonality is good, right? I don't have to scream like this all the time. When there's important points on your elevator pitch, you say, listen, man, I think your company would be great for this product. And this is why I think that, because so many people, right? You want to work on your tonality, right? Because this is going to land you the opportunity when you break through the door, right? Or break through that wall, right? So let's keep going. Then I had to learn about personas and my competitors, right? Crazy stuff. You have to know your buyer persona, right? For those individuals like yourself that's probably watching this video, you're probably trying to break into tech, right? Or you're probably thinking about joining CourseCareers. Shout out to that, man. If you're looking to join CourseCareers, what I want you to do is type in tech, right? Type the word tech in the comments so that I can send you my link so that you can get a discount on the course. So, but you got to know your buyer personas, family. And you got to know your competitors, right? Why is this important? If I know my enemy, right? Not saying that your competitor is your enemy, but let's just use this analogy. If I'm in war and I know my energy, not my energy, if I know my enemy, right? Then I can better prepare on my offense, right? So if I know my competitor, now what starts to happen is when objections come on the phone, now I know who they're using. Let's say they're using a different company that's similar to yours, but they're just in a competitor. If you know all the key things of that company, you're going to be a shark on the phone. You're going to be closing deals left and right. And guess what? The company or the buyer persona, which is the person you will be speaking to, right? They will actually trust you. Because if I know my competitor and I know that my product is better or my solution is better, and I make it aware to them that what they're using is not better than what we're offering, you're going to be in a good standing, right? So this is what, week 2, we started learning that. I had to take a test on that. And, shout out to the sales enablement team for, just really putting together all of this stuff to make this possible, right? So this is what you're going to have to learn as well. Week 2, I was given my territories, right? What does that actually mean? Week 2 or week 1, week 3, I don't know. Your company might be different. Your onboarding process might be different, but you will get told this. So week 2, I had to learn my territories, right? What do I mean by that? My territories are the states that I will be reaching out to, right? So that I can book meetings in. So what my product is, right? Whatever your product is, you have a product, you are a BDR, right? You are a part of a team and you're going to be assigned certain territories. For example, I have Maryland, right? I have Virginia, I have DC, I have Columbus, Ohio, right? I have these individual states that are my territory. So when I'm reaching out to them, right, what that means is now these are the only places that I'm reaching out to make sure that I can sell my product, and there's no other BDRs tapping into my territories or anything like that, right? So you're going to be assigned your territories. This is going to be good because now you know what you're going after, right? You know exactly where you're going to be. So let's keep it going, right? After you're assigned your territories, now this is what I went through, right? I'm speaking as if you're going through it too, but this is going to be similar to what it is that you're going to have to go through, right? So territory map. So week 2, right? This week I had to meet my AEs, right? What are my AEs? For those people that's probably never even went through CourseCareers or any BDR, SDR knowledge, any tech sales knowledge, you're probably like, well, what's an AE? Well, an AE is an account executive, right? The account executive is who I'm going to be working closely with, right? These are going to be, I would even say this, if you are a BDR, SDRs, and shout out to the BDRs and SDRs that are watching this as well, you're basically working for your account executive, right? Nobody really matters more than your account executives. The reason why I say that, right? Not saying that anybody else is higher over them, but really follow with me. If you have a territory, right? Guess what? You and your AE has that territory together. So you guys have to work together in order for the deal to get done. As a BDR, SDR, it's your job to do one thing: get leads, right? It's your job to get leads. The AE's job, right, which is your partner, their job is to, oh, excuse me about that. Their job is to close, right? So the AE's job is to close. Your job is to get the lead. So this is why you guys have to work together because, right? And shout out to me, I met with one of my AEs this morning. Awesome guy, man. It's awesome guy. You're probably going to learn different stuff from your sales enablement team versus your account executives and your BDR managers and stuff like that. 2 totally different trainings, family. But here's the thing. They're both needed, right? The training that your sales enablement team is going to give you and the training that your BDR team, your BDR managers, your account executives, what the trainings that they're going to give you, totally 2 different trainings. But guess what? They're both needed for the goal, right? So I met with one of my AEs, amazing guy, and he just said, listen, man, I'm going to share with you everything that, I have going on, and we're going to work together and yada, 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 yada. So you want to develop relationships with your AEs. This is very important. This is what I learned in week 2 of tech sales, right? And last but not least, team culture, right? Every Friday, mostly not mine, we are looking to do at least once a month a team culture situation where it's like the whole sales team comes on, and basically, on that Friday, we just we relax from, the previous week or the week that we're coming out of. We just relax and we just reflect. So that is something that you're going to get used to. So if you're a person that's like, man, Jay, like I'm introverted, I'm this, I'm that, listen, break that nonsense. You want to learn how to make friends, and you want to learn how to be coachable, teachable, but friendly as well. So team culture, nights, days, whatever you guys do at your tech companies, that's going to be huge, right? Anybody in a corporate, setting probably had a culture, whatever, right? So this is week 2, family. Week 2, it was crazy. I think I still got 1 or 2 things that I gotta finish, right? And I'm just going to do them tonight, really get that done. But I wanted to get this video out for you guys, my audience, that are being blessed about this journey, because I want you guys to tap into this journey with me. Man, I know everything that I do, everything, as far as like when I got into trading, I wanted a mentor. I wanted to know the real of what's happening on the other side. I don't want to just know the flashy stuff. Let me know the stuff that sucked, right? Let me know the stuff that I gotta get prepared for. So if there's 3 things that I would give you before I get off of here, let me see. I would say number 1, forgot this, right? Tech stacks. Number one, now if you've gone through CourseCareers, you have touched on this, right? Go to YouTube, guys. Go to YouTube. Start getting familiar with Salesforce, HubSpot, right? Zoom Info, Apollo, right? What else? SalesLoft, right? Start getting familiar with these tools. I know in CourseCareers, we all went through the course and we have, some familiarity with it, but you want to start going to YouTube and just really start getting familiar with tech stacks, right? Because it's going to be good. So between start getting familiar with tech stacks and start getting good at elevator pitches and presentations, really start learning how to do that stuff before you actually get hired, because all of this is going to be useful when you're on the interview. So with that being said, family, I'm just going to end it off with this. If you are looking to break into tech, right? If you want to do IT, right? If you want to do tech sales like me, what I want you to do is type whatever it is, well, not write, but type tech below so that I can shoot you over the bootcamp, the course bootcamp that I went through, that helped me break into tech. And I believe it's going to be 100K a year for me within the tech space. I just believe it, God willing. You just got to put in the work, right? A lot of this is putting in the work. So if you're looking to break into the tech space, right, type tech below so that I could shoot you over the link to get that discount. Let's get connected as well. Follow me on LinkedIn at Javon Blue. Javon Blue. Follow me on LinkedIn. You could definitely subscribe to this channel. A lot more content is going to be coming out. And yeah, you can even follow me on Instagram. It's Javon Blue, right? ITS Javon Blue. Just go in the About Me. All of the links is there for you to join me on my journey. So with that being said, family, listen, I love you. God is good. Christ is still king. And you already know we're going to break in, we're going to grow, we're going to go, and we're going to dominate. Let's build wealth the kingdom way. Let's get it.